All right, but we also do know that over time, one of the areas that INEC is always looking to improve has got to do with logistics on the day of elections. What do we expect? Are the materials going to arrive on time this time?
One good thing about this particular election is that a lot of planning had gone into it. So we have made arrangements for transportation early enough. We have got the electoral officers to be in charge of moving the materials from local government to the rack centers and sent to the polling units. So that arrangement has been sealed. Of agreements we have signed with transport providers to make that they are there on time and to understand the critical nature of the assignment in which they have been hired to discharge. The police also have assured us, because in the past we have had occasions where we are ready to move and the police is not ready to accompany us. But this time they have given us assurance that they will work in line with our own timeline.
Talk to us about the famous card reader. What are you doing to ensure that we don't record the same kind of scenarios we recorded in the previous general elections where some of them didn't work properly?
We have also had the opportunity of having them to go through our card readers. What we did this time is that we had the opportunity to test all of them for the battery efficiency, test them for running efficiency, and we are sure that these card readers work effectively. And in addition to that, we have provided sufficient redundancy to ensure that any malfunctioning or failed card reader will be quickly replaced. We have also made provisions to deploy reserve at all the local governments, and we have kept some reserve in the state office. Once we receive news or reports of any malfunctioning or failure of card reader, we are in a position to quickly replace them.
So what about your transportation network? I mean, the logistics that goes into it. How well have you tidied that up?
I just mentioned that we have arrangements at the local level with transport providers. So we have made this arrangement. We don't want to make a central arrangement this time to ensure that we minimize the risk of failure. We have made arrangements at the local government levels. We are into agreements that are guaranteed by the police in some occasions to make sure that these people are committed to providing the transport for which they have been hired to provide. Anambra State has an advantage because there's a good road network crisscrossing the various communities and towns in this state. So that gives us confidence that we can easily, move around. Even when we have disappointments, we have made alternative arrangements. We can easily find alternative arrangements for transportation.
Right.
So we are really confident that our logistic plans are going to work effectively tomorrow morning.
What should the electorate expect tomorrow in terms of the ballot papers? Are there going to be any color coding?
Yeah, of course. The ballot papers are customized on local government basis. So you cannot use the ballot paper for one local government to move over to another local government. They have been customized. You are going to see that. But it's going to be a long ballot paper because we have 37 candidates on the ballot. So we expect them to handle these documents with care so that we don't have so much of information of the ballot.
So what role does INEC have in curbing electoral offenses and or electoral offenders? Do you point them out and hand them over to the police, or you expect the police to just take charge since they know the law, identify who the offenders are and deal with them?
The Electoral Act stipulates that the presiding officer is the one in charge of security in the polling unit. So it is the duty of the presiding officer to point to the police anyone that is contravening any of the regulations guiding the operations of the in the polling unit. So we still work with that. We believe that the police will cooperate with us. When we call on them to discharge their duty, they would be able to do that effectively. We reserve the right to point out to the police who the troublemakers are. But outside the polling unit, it is the duty of the police to secure the communities, the towns, the society. So these lines of responsibilities are well spelled out.
All right, then. Thank you for talking to us, Mr. Nwachukwu Orji, the Resident Electoral Commissioner for Anambra State.